Students are back in classes at Niagara College. That means student athletes are beginning their seasons as well. First up, soccer season for the Knights, and we're joined by Frank DeCellis and Rob Lalama, the men's and women's teams coaches, respectively. Frank, we'll begin with you. Your team this year, how many players returning from 2022?
We had 8 players return. 2 did a good job regaining their academic eligibility, and that gives us 4 who regularly start, which is a good core for leadership on the field, and then the rest of the starting lineup's made up of our rookies.
Now, the rest of your starting lineup, you're talking about almost 20 kids there, 20 players.
Okay, right now we're at 23 players.
And what does that new recruitment class look like?
We have, of the ones who started on Friday, Nate Smythe, Adian Astudillo, Freddie Lacole, Victor Kariuki, they're all from the Club Roma system.
Right.
And we also have Alton Ibrahimi, he plays Premier League in Niagara, as does our goalkeeper, Sean Derricott. And Sean and Victor actually came from Brock. So they both graduated from Brock, and they're now in the paramedic program at the college.
So you're getting some older players with a lot more experience.
Yeah.
Experience playing against older people, too.
Last year we had 19 rookies.
Wow.
So this year we have a lot of 23, 24-year-olds.
Rob, on the women's side, is it a similar situation?
We have 3 returning players. So the rest are, most are rookies, and we have a few older players like Amia Di Pasquale, who's our captain. She's come from a nice career at Brock. She's a League One Premier player. And then we have a few reserve players from Roma. Tori Haltink, returning Rookie of the Year in the West. And Jada Rodriguez is a new recruit, but she played last year at Waterloo. She's also a Roma player. So quite a new team with a couple veterans, but the majority are new recruits.
You won the bronze medal provincially last year. It's hard to, like normally when you win a bronze, you set your sights with that team on the silver or the gold the next year. But when you come back and you've only got 3 returning players, it's a little bit harder to make that the focus. Am I right?
It's like starting over.
Yeah.
That's the feeling. But having said that, I'm encouraged because I think we do have some good quality. And like every season and every game, you learn a lot after each game. And sometimes after a loss, like Friday night, you learn a little bit more. And then moving forward, you make adjustments. And it's not a sprint, right? It's a journey. So I like where we are. We're very positive with the players, and we just expect hard work, intelligence on the field, and hard work in practice.
Frank, Rob alluded to Friday night. I know both of you had exhibition games and both were losses.
Right.
But it's a chance really to feel out where these new players are going to fit into your system, which positions they're going to thrive in, is it not?
Oh, for sure. And if you would have seen our 3 training sessions, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
That's it. You're going 3 training sessions.
You would not have guessed that Friday would have turned out the way it did. So you start seeing who can respond to the pressure, who really understands the system we're playing, or even how to interact, and just having the endurance, mental endurance mostly, to make it through a 90-minute college soccer game.
Rob, when does the season kick off for the women?
Actually, Friday was a...
Oh, that was a league game,
was
not
our
an
first
exhibition
league
game.
Yeah.
First league game.
Sorry, my apologies.
No problem. And alluding back to what Frank said about training, we tell our players, every training session is your chance to prove to the coaches, who will be starting and who deserves more minutes. And we repeat that, and hopefully they'll understand that. And moving forward, hopefully you see different players step up.
Frank, you and Rob used to coach together at Niagara College. Do you collaborate on things? Do you talk to each other, mull things over with each other? You both played Friday night. Do you have a session after?
We just share with each other what we see in the other one's games. And we don't have the same tactics.
Right.
We don't have the same, even general philosophy is not the same. But I am watching his game, he's watching our games, and we just share after what we notice about certain players. And because when you're coaching, you're you're looking at your bench, you're trying to keep track of the game, and you're trying to get a feel for who's doing what in the field. Sometimes you don't get that chance until you watch the game after. You don't get a chance to ingest the whole game.
Right.
While we're watching each other's games, we can do that.
Rob, the next game for the women?
It'll be Saturday at Conestoga.
Conestoga and Kitchener, both of you are playing, Frank?
Correct.
Rematch time.
Good luck, gentlemen.
After Friday's game, yeah.
Good luck, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for having us.